Hi there, it's Glen Godlonton here, and with my partner Andrew Jones, here out in front of this new build in the beautiful neighborhood of Killarney. What we want to do is we want to take you through this home. We're going to take you through all the steps of construction as the home is being built. Yeah, so let's get started. Let's go in and take a look around, and we'll show you how this home is progressing today. Okay, so we just come inside the home. Now we want to show you what this new infill looks like on the inside before all the work gets completed. This old original house was built in the early 1950s. The house stood here up until about a year ago. We had a builder that was looking for a lot, and the people that own the house decided it was now time to sell the house and move on. The house was occupied for the whole time by one family, and then they sold it, and it was rented for a little bit to some tenants, and the house got a little dilapidated, and it just got to the point where it was no longer feasible to improve the house. So then what we did is we had a builder that was looking for a lot. The builder bought the house off of the owners. He then tore down the house and is now building this brand new infill. When the house was here, there was a lot of trees around the yard and trees in the backyard, so the builder had to deal with all that. So looking inside the home, it's going to be a nice, open, new, modern house. Coming in the front door here, you're going to move in, you're going to have a little mudroom here, and then you're going to come into the kitchen. Back here will be a little bit of a dining room. So when you come into what's going to be the kitchen, you can see right here, there's going to be a big island here. There's rough in here for water, so there'll be a sink here and a dishwasher here. You can see the power for the dishwasher. The yellow lines would be power for the island. There's also going to be a toe kick here for the vacuum flow, for the dust pan into the vacuum flow, and then the sewer drain, and then the hot air will be coming up here for a toe kick out in the heat. On the back side, this will all be countertop here. There's a rough in here for the wall oven. These red lines are going to be for the under cabinet lighting. Power switches for your lights and cabinet here. It's going to be a rough in here for the stove. You can see what they've done is they have a gas line, and they also have a 220 plug. These red lines are the rough in for the under cabinet lighting, which will be tied up into here. Big vent fan up here, power for the vent fan, and then more lighting. This is actually our second trip into this home. The last time we were here, the home was not drywalled yet. So you can see here, the drywall has been added. This is that stub wall we were talking about, where the heat vents are going up. See, our furnace is in the basement, and we've got to be able to get the heat up into the second floor. So there's got to be a couple places where the walls are thicker to get the big heat vents up into the second story. So what they did is they built them into here, and then you can see up across the top here, they're going to have a bulkhead leaving the center of the home open. They'll put all the plumbing and the mechanical on the outside so that you can get the heat upstairs, and you have a nice bulkhead and it's tucked up out of the way, nice and neat. So we've now moved into the back half of the home. This area will be the family room and the sitting room. They have installed a huge sliding glass window. This is going to bring tons of light into this family room in the evening and in the afternoon. The drywallers did a great job when they were laying the board. You can see up here, you never want to run your drywall straight up. Whenever you have a corner like this, you always want to cut it so there's a corner. So as the drywall moves, you're not going to get a crack straight up here. So that's exactly the way you want to run that drywall. This is the rough-in for the fireplace. You can see the fireplace has now been installed. They have also installed the exhaust vent going up and out the side of the house. They have also installed additional backing, so when you hang your TV here, it's going to be nice and strong. Up here they have power and a space for your data cables. They've also run a conduit here for the data cables, and this data cable conduit is going to run to here, where there's going to be shelves for your audio and video components. So as you move out of the family room into the back, there's a nice large mudroom. Back door is here, nice high glass door. This would all be mudroom back in here. And in the back, there's going to be a two-piece bathroom here. This is nice, it's tucked out of the way, so when you have guests over and somebody wants to sneak into the toilet here, it's out of the way and there's no noise into the other room. The plumbers have done a great job in this home. One of the tricks that they're using is they have tied the hot and the cold water lines together. they have installed a pressure valve on it. They will pressurize the whole system. They'll leave it sit for a few days and make sure the pressure doesn't drop. That way they know 100% that there's no leaks after they connect all of the plumbing fixtures.
So we're upstairs in the second floor hallway, the landing at the top of the stairs here. And in this hallway, there's actually no windows. So they've added a really big skylight up here, which is great because it's gonna let in lots of natural light. Now, a lot of people are concerned with these attached properties about the noise transfer from unit to unit. They've got a really good insulation here, and they're gonna have this on both sides. The studs here are actually staggered from one unit to the next. So that stops the vibration, the sound traveling from one unit to the next. So let's move into the rest of the hallway here. We'll go over to what's gonna be the master suite of the upstairs here. This will be the door to the master portion of the home. And there's actually a really cool thing here. They've got a bar set up, a coffee bar. So it's plumbed, they've got hot, cold water. There's space for a fridge. You can do your coffee in the morning, maybe make a martini at night before bed. And they've got two closets, which is really great. They've got a his and hers. I imagine it's the hers that's a little bit bigger than the his. And there's also a window in there. So here in the master suite or the master bedroom, we've got a great big window that faces east. You're gonna have lots of morning sun in here to start your days. And of course, the most exciting part about the master suite, the ensuite. Great big window in here and it's plumbed in for a nice big soaker tub, which is fantastic. You're gonna have a double vanity. And then of course, really important is a private poop room. No, private, what do you call it? Private, yeah, toilet room, which is also a really nice plus. So we're here in the master shower. It's a really great space, and I'll point out some of the plumbing things that they've done here. So they've got the rough-in completed. They're gonna have a hand wash here. This will go up, the hot will go up to the rain shower. They've also got some body jets in place, which is great. Another thing that I really like, of course, is the bench in the shower, but they've actually framed it in place. So when the tiler puts a tile in, it's actually gonna be on a really solid structure, and that bench isn't gonna be going anywhere. So this is the second floor bathroom that I'm walking out of here, and across the hallway is the laundry room, which is really great. It's up with all of the bedrooms, and I'll show you a couple things in here that are kind of nice. Construction-wise, they've got vent covers throughout the whole house, everywhere you look, so that there's no dirt and debris coming into the vents and the furnace. Now, of course, you're gonna have the vents cleaned out before the property is turned over to the new homeowners, but that's a nice little feature. These builders are definitely taking some extra care, which is fantastic. So we've got the plumbing set up here for the washer and the dryer. And then in the floor here, you'll also see that they've got a drain, which is one of the most important things about having upstairs laundry. If anything goes wrong, you want to make sure that water's got somewhere to go. So this will likely be tiled in here. And if you do have a leak with the washer, it's going to go into the drain and there'll be nothing to worry about. We got a Tim Hortons cup here. They're not actually a sponsor of the video, so we'll have to turn that around. So I'm standing in what's going to be the basement rec room or TV area. As you can see, they've got the a plan to have a mounted TV here. So they've got electrical and data. Really high ceiling, so it should feel like a really light and bright space when it's all finished up. On the floor, they actually have these orange marks on the concrete. That is where they've mapped out the pot lights when the electrician comes in to do the work. Even in the evening, this will be a really well lit space. So we're here in the furnace room in the basement of this unit. There's one furnace that services the whole house, not a problem with the high efficiency furnaces these days. We've got a couple other things in the basement here that are roughed in. We've got gas here and the water lines for what will be tankless hot water, and it's gonna be mounted on the wall right here. We've also got the rough in for the in-floor heat complete and a sump pump as well. Right now, the home is being run off of construction electrical outside. So they haven't actually done any of the hookups inside, but that's what you see right here. So the electrical panel is likely gonna be on one of these two walls here. So what they've done here as well, which is kind of nice, is they insulated this wall. This wall is actually the bedroom wall next to the furnace room. So when the furnace is cranked on those -40 days, you're still gonna have a nice quiet bedroom next door.
Thank you for coming by this great infill today. We hope you found it entertaining. We'll come back in a couple weeks and give you an update on the project and let you know how it's going. Thanks again from Glenn and Andrew on the Real Estate Journal. Have a great day.